Plays can be a powerful way of impressing people since living actors actually play and deliver characters in front of the audience. Looking around Daeangro in Haehwa, which is popular for plays and performances, we're going to introduce some of the popular plays in Korea. There's a king whom Korean playwrights favor. He is called Yeon-San. This king is special in that, although he was described as a tyrant in history, playwrights have a different interpretation on him. Literature is its most charming when it tries a colorful interpretation. Let's look at how different playwrights have brought Yongsan to the stage. Lee is a respectful appellation for a retainer of the king in the Joseon dynasty. Yongsan used to gathering justice and performance, and this play shows the king's close relationship with them. Among them, he called his favorite, Kangol, as Lee. At that time, these artists were considered to be vulgar and an affront to the Confucianism, but Yun-San is described as an artistic figure who enjoyed and appreciated their performances. Yun-San wants to resolve his sorrow and resentment of losing his mother, and this makes him strongly attached to Kangol. This unconventional love provokes the queen, and she makes plans to remove him from the palace. The resulting political chaos causes even more confusion. His regime eventually ends a revolt. Lee focuses on the artistic features of the characters throughout the story. Yeon-San indulges festivals as a distraction from his deep-seated sadness and emptiness. Kangol is presented as a feminine licentious and talented clown, and Yongsan, who loves Kangol, is a clown who is willing to sacrifice everything for a wonderful performance. Lee was adapted into a movie, King and the Clown. This movie was appreciated as a great and beautiful work. Although every single actor performs fascinatingly, the most remarkable is Lee Jun-Ki, who played Kangol. Audiences were surprised and impressed by the feminine attractiveness he brought to the role. Lee is worth reading, but it contains a lot of old court language in Joseon. We recommend you to watch the movie with the play script so that you can understand the play better. Our next book, Problematic Individual Yeon-San, literally presents Yeon-Sang-gun as a troubled figure. Here, Yeon-San is more than a simply violent king. He is described as a maverick king who wanted to reform the obsolete political system. The main reason Yeon-San urged reform is wrongful death of his mother. The previous king and his retainers had executed her, and this made Yeon-San decide to resolve the drawbacks of current system. But eventually, his passion and rage resulted in a bloody purge. After the purge, he tried to establish a good political system, one where what happened to his mother wouldn't happen to anyone else. But things went to the opposite way from what he hoped. Unlike Lee, this work presents Yeon-San as a good and reformist king. Yeon-San criticized the harmful effects of Confucianism politics at that time. It forces purity and obedience to women, but justifies affairs of men, forces people to serve the dead but overlook the needs of the living, makes the retainers obsessive about following the diktats of Confucian books but be blind to the reality of world. Exorcism is a way to resist Confucianism in this work. Yeon-San gathers shamans and calls the souls with singing and dancing. You can see the madness and artistic features of him in these performances. This play was highly recognized in theatrical world and performed many times. However, due to the archaic language of Joseon court, we recommend this work for the intermediate or higher level learners. Today, we look into the stories about Yongsan, a figure loved by many playwrights. Problematic individuals like Yongsan are often excluded by society, but catch the attention of many artists. We also reflect on ourselves and the world through the stories of them. Are there any popular figures in the artwork of your country? Please share your stories for us. Bye bye!